Welcome to the NCAA Women's Volleyball post-match press conference featuring Texas. We will hear from Coach Elliott first, followed by Logan Eggleston. We will get started shortly. If possible, please check your settings and identify yourself by name and affiliation.
Anybody have stats? I haven't seen anybody come down.
Thank you for participating tonight. We will now begin with an opening statement from Coach Elliott and then go to questions. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Coach Elliott, please give us a brief opening statement and we'll go to questions.
Well, I think there's two teams I want to congratulate. The first one is ours. This is one of the most enjoyable rides I've had as a coach. We had a lot of joy. We had a lot of hard work. We played 2 seasons, and our kids gave us everything they had. And tonight it wasn't enough. I think we hit 417 in Game 3, and we still didn't win the game. And the second part is I want to congratulate Craig Skinner and the Kentucky Wildcats. They played phenomenal tonight, and we just could not get them out of system. We could not get any kind of point-scoring runs, and they were just so efficient. No matter how hard we were serving, I mean, we just kept instructing, trying to get tougher and tougher serves, and they were passing nails. And, Skinner and 2 of their outsides were just really good tonight. And, their better was better than ours tonight. But I thought our team fought. I thought we gave everything we had. And we didn't win the serve and pass game. And against a team like that, you got to be able to kind of run your middles and get them going.
Thank you. Now we will go to questions from the media. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you want to ask a question. When called upon, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question is from Danny Davis. Go ahead, Danny.
Danny Davis, Austin American Statesman. Jared, just kind of going off that last point, do you feel that, I know you haven't seen the film yet, that there's something your team could have done better, or was Kentucky just that good tonight?
Honestly, looking at the numbers, Kentucky was that good. Obviously we could have blocked and got some more touches. You look at, we're only at 8% hitting error, 9% hitting error, which is extremely low. We could have sided out a little bit better in 2 of the games, but you lose a game siding out at 68%, and they started out at 7-3. They were that efficient from the side out game and didn't give us opportunities.
Logan, just speaking of stats, obviously another great night for her. What do you think is next for her? What kind of steps do you think she can make going forward as you guys head into the next season?
Yeah, there's so much improvement. You saw the difference in the slight serve and pass. I think we can get significantly better. I think our defense can be better. We had some easy balls that, we didn't identify, approach speeds and picked up some roll shots or, I think Asia, and I forgot which left side she was with, but at a critical point, we got them out of system. They hit a roll shot and kind of just went underneath us instead of waiting on the block a little bit more and getting some touches. They were trapping our left side hitters, and we knew that. But we weren't passing well enough to get a lot of backcourt going and getting our middles going.
Our next question will be from Cedric Golden. Go ahead, Cedric.
Hey, Jared, congrats on a great season. What changed from the first set to the second set? It seemed like you guys were hitting on all cylinders, and they seemed to turn it up.
Yeah, their offense did turn it up. They hit 216 in Game 1, and then they hit 375, 429, and then 368. There's a reason they're the best offensive team in the country. And when they side out it that well, we got some free points early on. I think maybe a little bit of nerves. They made some hitting errors. But we played extremely efficient, and we put some pressure on it. We got our middles going early, and ultimately, we didn't pass quite as well as them. And a big part of our game plan was to get our middles involved, and our middles on our right side, and that was the challenge.
You guys have mostly everybody back next year, and I know it hurts to lose in a championship game, but if you could you speak on the journey you guys have taken in the most difficult of seasons and still got to the pinnacle of winning it all?
Yeah, that's a great question, Cedric. That's what I talked about in the locker room. I said, we've had 2 seasons, and I've been to a lot of Final Fours, but I don't know if I've ever been as proud of a team that hasn't been, all the way to the top of the mountain. And I think, we had a lot of things thrown at us, and we had to sacrifice a lot. Our kids stayed in their dorms, they stayed in their apartments, they were very safe about what they did. We had obviously the Black Lives Matter and the Eyes of Texas and all of that. And I think, what was so cool about it in the journey was that during all these hard conversations, it brought us closer together, and we became a true family, and we had an immense amount of love for one another, and it was really the most enjoyable season I've ever had. They worked hard, they took care of each other, and more importantly, young people at this generation, or all generations, I guess, they don't pump each other up a lot. And this group was always giving credit to somebody else, telling somebody how great they were, and that became our family. And that's why there was so much joy in this. And I was confident coming into tonight's match, but we knew that if Kentucky played a great match, they could beat us, and they did that tonight. And I really can't hang my head on anything. Kentucky just played that good.
Thanks, Coach.
Our next question will be from Nick Moyle. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, Jared, it felt like, during this tournament, a lot of the underclassmen really grew up, whether it was, Molly or Nalani or Molly. Just, what do you think this tournament did for their confidence and their game moving forward?
Well, I think you can't replace getting to a Final Four. Now this team knows what it tastes like. This is the first group that hasn't had that, and now they're hungry to want to get back. And I think, though this is a very driven team, I need to give them some rest right now and get away for a while. But, they can individually get better at a lot of things and increase their range. And this is a game that you don't get playing your great volleyball until 26, 27. And so they had a lot of experience on the left. Madison is a phenomenal setter and kept them in system and kept the rhythms going. And that's the stress of what the speed does of an offense like that. And, Madison there's a reason she's the player of the year.
Mm-hmm. And I'm just, curious for you, obviously really long season, longer than any of y'all have ever had. How do you move forward and how do you decompress and just give yourself a little bit of time to just relax and chill out and reset?
Yeah, I got to think about all that, but, we need to get back and finish school. I'm probably going to give them at least a month off. I don't want them touching the ball and just getting away and, doing some kind of conditioning and those things, but we're going to blink our eyes and it's going to be back into double days again. So the key to this is, can we be fresh, and then can we get in this summer and get some more touches and improve really on the ball control. The serving and passing can always be better. The defense can always be better, and we'll keep learning. But I'm super excited because I get to go back to this family and keep getting better. I think one of my assistants said, I wish we could go back in the gym today and start training. Not that we want to do that, but that's the mentality and that's the kind of the joy we're having with them.
Thank you.
For our next question, we'll go back to Danny Davis. Go ahead, Danny.
Jared, going back to your answer to Cedric's question, I'm kind of wondering, obviously there's a lot to be proud of about 27-2 and reaching the national title game, but as a coach, are you almost more proud about what your team was able to accomplish off the court with how they handled the Black Lives Matter, with how they've handled the coronavirus long season and, all the stuff that's gone into that? How proud are you of the way they've handled themselves with the non-volleyball stuff this year?
Well, I was an elementary school teacher and I got into coaching. I played college and I got into coaching, and when we lost in 2011, I told my AD I wanted to quit just because it was such a cruel profession. And I took some time away and told her I was just kidding, I want my job. But I really had to kind of spend some time soul searching on why I do this. And the reason I got into it was to develop young players and to become great volleyball players, but also to develop young women to become great women. And this like Logan Eggleston and Molly and Skylar, and I can go down the whole list. They're just great people, and they care about each other, and they wanted to make a stand. And I think they are role models. And this country has a lot of problems right now. And as I told them, one of my favorite quotes is one of my last words from my mom to me said, "Good people love people," and that's what I feel this group is. It didn't matter what your color, your skin was, didn't matter what year you were. Like, they just loved each other, and that's what I want to try to portray as a coach, because it's important. We got a short time on this earth, and it's about developing and changing things and making people better. And sometimes I got to fight for them, but this was a remarkable season for that, and I will always remember this season for that. And we're going to build on it. And now we're going to hopefully get out in the community and make some more inroads with other people. But I want to win this thing for them. That's what I told my wife today. I was like, I want this so bad for this group because they've done everything right, the right way. They've been loyal to each other. They've been committed. They haven't said anything negative about each other. They've been great to coach. And when you have a team that performs in every aspect of it, like what's the greatest result is winning a championship. And we didn't get there, but we got to second. And we had to go through a really tough road in a really tough situation. And we learned a lot about ourselves on this tournament.
Our next question will be from Daniel Sheet. Go ahead, Daniel.
Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, yeah.
Okay. Hi, Coach. Congratulations on the season. Daniel from TSTV. So do you think, what's the missing ingredient from this team from lifting that trophy? And do you think that ingredient is something, because there are some that might not be controllable by the program, some that can be controlled by the program. Do you think that the ingredient is controllable by the program?
Controllable what aspect? To get better or to win this?
Do you think this the missing ingredient could be just a little bit of luck from here and there, or do you think there's just something that the team can, the missing ingredient is something that the team can definitely improve on?
We got beat fair and square today. I mean, Craig's team was phenomenal. It wasn't anything, it was luck. It wasn't a couple of bounces. It wasn't the referees. I mean, everything was, they were just a little bit better, 1 or 2 points, and this is a 4% game. 2 plays here and there, and they made those. But, we had to move a lot of players around. We had to move Skylar around. I think where Melanie is developing, I think we got some options to grow on that. I think our ball control continued to get better. We got some players that can still get our touches better. They're a lot better than they were a year ago. And then I'll hit the recruiting trail. We'll see if we add any pieces to this. But I like where we're at. I like our development, and I like what we have. We have a team that can win a championship. I thought we had a team right now that we could, but we also have a young team and a team that can return for a couple of years. So we're going to keep building. Where we were a year ago compared to where we are now is significantly better in every aspect. And we'll keep plugging away as a staff to put the pieces in place to get us over that hump.
Thank you, Coach.
Our final question will be from Larry Val. Go ahead, Larry.
Jared, I'm with PhelpsViews.com in Kentucky, but just wondering, how hard is it for a team that's never been to a Final Four, do you think, handle the pressure and be able to win a championship like Kentucky did tonight?
Yeah, I think this year was a little bit different because there wasn't as much hoopla going around this tournament, and there wasn't a sold out of 17,500. So I didn't feel the nerves were the same. But both of these teams haven't been there. I mean, besides Morgan O'Brien. But they've got a system. Craig's really good. Their setter is phenomenal. I mean, she's probably one of the best setters I've seen maybe ever, like in college, the way that she gave hittable ball after hittable ball. And, their passers, everybody was talking about us serving, but their passers stepped up big time. The way that their numbers on film weren't quite as good as they passed tonight. And I thought our serving would be able to at least get them off a little bit more and get them in some situations. But, the way Stumler played and the way Avery played, they play great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Elliott, for your time today.
Okay, thank you.
You'll be joined momentarily by Logan Eggleston. Please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary. We are now joined by Logan Eggleston. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question will be from Maya Taylor. Go ahead, Maya.
Hi, Logan. Congratulations on the season. Maya Taylor from the Austin American Statesman. I know, the game didn't end how y'all wanted, but I just wanted to ask, what are you most proud of from this season?
Thank you, first of all. I'm proud of every single girl on my team. it's so hard to get to this point in the season, and we had a really hard road to get here. You know, we had to play half the Big Ten, and we fought for every single point. So yeah, I mean, I'm just proud to make it to this point. We had a tough year last year and a crazy year this year, so it just shows how much we battled. You know, just proud to be here.
Our next question is from Danny Davis. Go ahead, Danny.
Hello again. How hungry would you say you are and your teammates are after this loss to get back here and try to win it next year?
Yeah, we're winning next year. Like that's how we're all feeling. So I think this was it leaves that bad taste in your mouth. You never want to end the season on a loss. But I think we do have again so much to be proud of. But we're coming back stronger next year, and I think we have there's a lot of blood boiling, and we're ready to go.
When you look back at this year, going back to August, going back to the video you and Asia helped write, to the first season, through the coronavirus delays, through this playoff run, through everything that you've been through this season, how would you describe this season, and how would you describe how much you've grown personally?
This was the toughest season of volleyball I've ever gone through. It's been 9 months that we've been just grinding. And that it takes a lot out of you. So I would say it's been tiring and it's been draining, but it's been so fulfilling. And every single day I feel, so tired at the end of the day, but I also feel like I've grown so much. So yeah, I feel just from a volleyball standpoint, I feel like a totally different player than I was at the beginning of the season, just with my passing, defense, and just everything I've been doing. But then as a person, I just feel like Jarrett has given us the opportunity just to grow so much and really find what we believe in. And he's just such a great coach to have, because he really just lets us do what we he just believes in us and believes in what we believe in. And it's been a great year just to see everyone on my team mature and just grow and just find things that they stand for.
Our next question is from Cedric Golden. Go ahead, Cedric.
Hello again. Congrats on a good season. Jared talked about the closeness of this group and the fact that you guys are supremely talented and everybody's probably back. Are you going to have to sell Breon? Because I know that would be 5 years for her. Are you going to have to sell her on getting back here to finish this thing off?
I hope not. No, I mean, I think she's super hungry. She's one of the most competitive people in our team, and she came to Texas for a reason, and that's to win a national championship. And, I think we proved that we have the ability to do that. And so, I mean, I see everyone coming back stronger than we were this year. And yeah, the togetherness of our team, we just had such strong connections, and we just have so much love for each other. So, I mean, I think this just brought us even closer than we already were, which is kind of hard because we were already so close because we've been together for so long. But yeah, I think this just brings us even closer together and kind of inspires us to get over that hump and to win this thing.
What were they able to do to turn the tide? They only hit 216 in the first set, and they really got going after that. What changed in between those two sets?
Yeah, I mean, I think we came out both sets. We were playing our game, but I think they just kind of took over and really found their groove. In the first set, I don't really think that they were playing to their highest ability, and we kind of came out on top there. And then I think they realized that they weren't playing their best and found a way, and then just kind of had a perfect game after that. They're hard to stop. They're a great team, so I give them the credit for that. Madison runs an amazing offense, and they have every single one of their hitters can put the ball away. So they found their rhythm and just found a way to get past us. So yeah.
Thanks.
Our next question is from Dick Gabriel. Go ahead, Dick.
I'm with the SEC Network. Congratulations on a great season. And just to follow up on the question you just answered, you all had that great rhythm in the first set, and it seemed like your size, you were just able to dominate so many times, but were you frustrated that they just kept finding a way to chip away and come back?
Yeah, I mean, it's super frustrating because we were leaving it all in the court and we were getting our hands in front of them. But, it's hard because we felt like we were playing the right way. We were doing all the right things, but they were really just finding that one tiny little open space and putting it down. So it's hard to come back from that when they're just kind of playing finding the perfect spots and everything. So yeah, they played amazing. I got to give them the credit.
next question is from Danny Davis. Go ahead, Danny.
Logan, Jared mentioned that he's probably going to give y'all a month off. I'm kind of wondering, after 9 months of volleyball, what's next for you? Do you want to even think about this sport for the next couple weeks? Are you going to take some time to relax? I mean, do you have a summer plans about what's next for you volleyball related?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely going to take a week off and just, get back into the school thing and make sure I keep my grades up at the end of the semester. I got some final exams coming up soon. So I think that's the most important thing right now. But yeah, I mean, I want to practice again right now. Like there's so much like unfinished business, I feel like, and there's just so many ways that we can keep improving. And I just feel like we have such a good mojo right now. So I hate that we, kind of are done, but I'm definitely gonna take some time off, but then it's gonna be right back to work. Like we're gonna come back in the summer, we're gonna work out and get back in the gym together as a team and just find our groove going into the next season, because we're really it's a quick turnaround. We go back in the fall and start playing again. So it's definitely gonna be a little bit of time off, but I'm already focused on next year.
Is there a part of your game you're focused on as you head into the off season?
Yeah, I mean, my passing and defense can always improve. As an outside hitter, they're going to target me over and over again. And you saw that tonight. And I think I can always just continue to improve there. And then my serving as well. Like I had some ups and downs this season for sure. And I think I can just continue to be aggressive there and make sure I'm keeping the ball in and still being aggressive. So there's a lot of work I can still continue doing. No part of my game is perfect at this point. So I'm going to just keep improving all around. To become the best player I can for my team, because I really want to do that, because I think we have a shot at this.
Thank you, Logan, for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you all for participating tonight. You can find a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.baritone.com. Thank you. We will get started shortly with Kentucky. Welcome to the NCAA Women's Volleyball Post-Match Press Conference featuring Kentucky. We will hear from Coach Craig Skinner, followed by Stumler and Madison Lilley. We will get started shortly. If possible, please check your settings and identify yourself by name and affiliation. Thank you for participating tonight. We will now begin with an opening statement from Coach Skinner and then go to questions. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Coach Skinner, please give us a brief opening statement and then we will go to questions.
Well, just really so much credit to Texas. I know coaches say that at the beginning of these things, but both teams, they hit 330, we hit 350, just an incredible match. And, Jared has done it for a long time and has an incredible program, and just to be on the same stage with them at this moment was special, and just a lot of respect for the way they play the game. And but the defense in the fourth set for us has been our staple all year long, and people talk about our offense, and which is incredible, and Madison had another unbelievable offensive night. But for us to win that fourth set, we had to dig some balls and make a couple plays to get out of that hole, and a big difference.
Thank you. Now we will go to questions from the media. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you want to ask a question. When called upon, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question is from Michael Bennett. Go ahead, Michael.
Craig, congratulations on the national championship tonight. Good to see you up there with a big smile. That first set that y'all came out and played, did you feel like the team was a little nervous and that might have been why they lost? And then losing that first set, do you feel like that motivated the team to win the rest?
To be honest, there's some anxiousness to play and compete in this match. I didn't feel like that was the reason why we weren't successful in the first set. Texas was really good in that set, and they hit 455. I just felt like we just stayed the course, and we talked before the match. We don't know how it's going to start, but I know one thing: you're going to fight to the bitter end, and I think that was the difference. We get motivated for sure when teams, don't let us do the things we want, but credit our team for just staying the course.
Our next question is from Hunter Mitchell. Go ahead, Hunter.
Craig, Allie Stumler kind of stole the headlines tonight because she was so good, but I thought Maddie Skinner put on one of the best freshman performances I've ever seen, really in any sport. She had 19 kills tonight, hit 455. Talk about what she brought to you tonight as just a freshman playing in the program's first title game.
Incredible job. She had, more hands in her face than she probably has all year, and produced and hit shots that she hasn't hit before in matches, and wanted the ball, was confident and aggressive. Very hard to do as a freshman, like you said, and she was big time.
Our next question is from John Huang. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Craig. John Huang, NOLA Media, Just the Cats. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Last month, you were asked if this team were headed on a championship or bust trajectory, and I noticed you kind of bristled at the question, but now that you've actually won the hardware, how much does that validate all the blood, sweat, and tears that's gone on to building this program the past few years?
Well, 100% validates what we've talked about for years. And, you have a long-term vision of building a program to compete for a national championship. Obviously, you got to get certain stages before you can have that chance. But all along, we're not going to compromise the way we did it and doing it the right way and being honest and direct and open and caring, all that for our players and recruiting. And but just this staff was amazing this year, what we went through, our administration, our university, and all the players and coaches that come before this to help us get here. I hope they feel a part of this because it's special.
Our next question is from Larry Vaught. Go ahead, Larry.
Craig, you obviously have a lot of stars when you win a national championship like this. I just wondered what you thought of Gabby's play tonight, not necessarily just her numbers, but her hustle and her competitiveness that seemed to just really spark you at times.
Nothing phases Gabby Curry, not this moment, not any moment. It never has, and she was ready, and she rode in the elevator down to go to our last meeting before we went over to the gym, and she just said, I'm more confident now after watching more video. And the digs that she made in the fourth set, again, the passes, she has a lot of respect from a lot of people in volleyball world around the country, and she's earned that.
Next question is from Lincoln Arneal. Go ahead, Lincoln.
Hi, Craig. Lincoln with the World Herald. Madison obviously did a lot for you tonight. To me, the biggest play she made was the third set, that solo block of Fields. What was that moment like for her, and what kind of impact did you think it had on the match?
Well, those are momentum. We talk about momentum changers all the time. And, beginning of the second set, we talked about momentum changers. In the third set, you just talk about momentum changing plays. And she's an elite competitor, and she's worked on blocking a ton over the last couple of years with Anders, who coordinates our defense, and it's paid off. And it's hard against attackers like that touch well over 10-8 probably, and so she saw it under set, and she dove in and made a perfect move, and it was a special play.
You've seen her do a lot of amazing things all year and throughout her career. Where does this match kind of rate out in her kind of all-around level of contributions that she made?
I mean, it's got to be at the top, if not the top. We had 70 kills in 4 sets, which is over 16 a set, I believe, if I'm doing my math correctly. 17 a set almost. So you have 17 kills a set and hit 350 against, the number, whatever ranked team in the country in Texas, how physical they are. That's an elite big time performance.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Dick Gabriel. Go ahead, Dick.
Craig, congratulations. A friend of mine tweeted at me that they were at a bar, she and her husband, watching, and the crowd noise was so loud it drowned out the band. So I'm just wondering based on social media, you won a lot of fans tonight, so your thoughts on that. But also, you were part of a championship program, a winning program as a player, as an assistant, and now you've built this thing, and it's taken quite a while, but you've built that. What's going on inside of you with regard to that?
It's going to take me a few days to debrief on this. Just numbing. It's so hard to do this, and I don't know if this was the hardest, but it's got to be a top couple in a time like this, and just amazingly proud to live a dream right now. And my family, my wife Megan, and all the players that have heard me talk about winning national championship, and adding that, like the question before, the validation of our talk is huge, and just so thrilled for our current players that believed in us.
Our next question is from Dominique Yates. Go ahead, Dominique.
Hey, Craig, Dominic Yates with the Courier-Journal. I mean, going into the year, you knew this team had talent and had potential to accomplish a lot. But, I mean, could you envision the run that they made in this postseason and the team they had to beat in the process?
I knew we were going to be good. And did I know we were going to be this good? I thought we had a chance. And because we're good on offense, we were going to be good on defense. We had good setting. We had a great libero. And, the skill that this team has is super underrated. And that's the reason why in March we said, look, one of the advantages we will have is we have a lot of skill and a lot of people that can play the whole game. And that was, I just don't know what our weakness is. I don't think we have a weakness. And it's hard for me to just spout that off before the season's over. But if someone wants to tell me weakness, I'd love to hear it. And so it's, again, I knew we had a chance. Did I think we'd, never go to only lose 2 sets in the NCAA tournament? No, I didn't predict that.
Our next question is from Danny Davis. Go ahead, Danny.
I was curious about your impression of Logan Eggleston and how she played tonight, and what was like trying to defend her on a night like tonight.
Logan's a special player, an athlete, and we set our defense up perfectly several times against her, and she still scored. And so it's frustrating, but like we told you, we just have to move on. We cannot, worry that Logan Eggleston is going to. We knew she was going to get kills, and Logan's a great kid, great family, and so a lot of respect for Logan and how she played tonight.
Our next question is from John Clay. Go ahead, John.
Craig, as you said, everybody talks about your offense. You came in leading the nation in hit percentage, but as you said, you feel like your defense was maybe even more important tonight. How proud does that make you that it was that part of the game that came up so big for you tonight?
Oh, it's massive. I mean, we say we had good defense in Texas hit 330 or something like that. So I guess it's a good defense in this particular match. It was the reason why we were able to win that 4-set. There's no question in my mind. And obviously we have to score points, but I had to frustrate Texas when we kept balls off the floor like we did. And, some of the layout digs and then, sets to outside hitters and still putting the ball away against a full block. Offense wins, defense keeps you in it and gives you a chance at the end.
Our final question will be from Lee Feinswag. Go ahead, Lee.
Craig, considering the stage, the national championship, ESPN2, the incredible level of play, both teams were so magnificent. Can you address what this could mean for the sport? I thought it was truly significant, possibly.
I hope it blows the roof off. This game is unbelievable game. There's more girls playing high school volleyball than any other team sport in the country. There's more interest. There's such a marketable sport. There's just a market to take it to a whole nother level. And Mitch Barnhart thought I was crazy, 10 years ago. I say a lot of crazy stuff. I said, Mitch, I truly believe we can generate revenue, and I just hope our fans buy into this program. I hope fans buy into Texas's program. I hope fans buy into every program that we play against. Because this sport is about ready to combust, in the stratosphere.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Skinner, for your time today.
Thank you.
We'll be joined momentarily by Elliott Stumler, followed by Madison Lilley. Please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary. We are now joined by Elliott Stumler. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question is from John Huang. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Allie, congratulations.
Thank you.
Coach was saying how confident you guys were this whole day, how you woke up and were talking to him about winning a national championship. What was it that generated that amount of confidence?
Yeah, I remember walking down the hallway this morning. I woke up, I'm walking to get tape, to get breakfast. I pass Craig, give him nugs, and I say, Craig, you ready to win a natty? And he's like, oh yeah. So it was just like you said, the moment we woke up, it was, we're going to win this thing. I think the moment we stepped in Omaha, off the plane, it was, we're going to win this thing. And there was never a doubt that any team was better than us, that could play harder than us, have more grit, determination. We just knew that we had it, and if we could play like Kentucky volleyball, then we were going to win it all. So just never a moment of doubt, for sure.
Our next question is from Natalie Parks. Go ahead, Natalie.
Hi, Allie. I'm with the Kentucky Kernel, the student newspaper at UK. And we were watching you guys celebrate after you won. You had the confetti, you cut down the net, and you had a moment with fans there at the end. And just what was the best part of that celebration, and what did it mean to share that with this team?
I think just, hugging all of the team, turning I talked yesterday about how whenever we won in the Elite Eight, the Final Four, it wasn't the point happens and then we all come down and just 6 of us huddle together and we hug each other and celebrate. It's we turn and we look at all the coaches, all the other players who are on the bench, and we celebrate together as a whole team, because we're not here with just 6 of us. We're here with all the staff who make us better every single day, who sacrifice for this program, and all the other players who are on the bench, who give tirelessly to make us better, those 6 who are on the court better every single day. So I think that's the best part, is just celebrating with, I don't even know how many are here, but just the whole program as a whole. And so many people have given to this program to make it what it is and to win a natty this year, which is so stinking awesome. So I think just hugging and celebrating with everyone would be the best part.
Our next question is from Lee Feinswag. Go ahead, Lee.
Hey, Allie, Lee from volleyballmag.com. Athletes get in the zone, but I mean, you were really, really in the zone. Have you ever felt athletically what you experienced tonight, and considering that the stage that it was on, if you can just kind of quantify that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you're exactly right. You just kind of get in the zone, and whenever you have the confidence that you're going to win and you're going to, bring it all home, I think there's not a moment or a doubt that you shouldn't have confidence on the court. And I think that that's what made this team win, is that every person on this team, all 15 of us, but especially the 6 who are on the court, know that and have the confidence that this is the team to make history, to leave behind an unbelievable legacy. That was our word for the year, was legacy. And so I think, everyone just kind of puts their heart on the shoulder and knows that this is the team to do it. And it really does make you just kind of ball out, and everyone did that tonight, from, defense to offense, Madison distributing the ball. Everyone just put their heart on their chest and kind of went for it, and it was unbelievable.
Thank you.
Our next question is from Hunter Mitchell. Go ahead, Hunter.
Hunter Mitchell, Cameron Mills Radio. Allie, we talked back in December, and one of the things that I asked you was what is the biggest strength of this team? And one of the things that you said was that you're just trying to be Allie. Everyone on the team is just trying to be themselves, and you all really embodied that tonight. No one tried to do anything more than what they were capable of. What did you think about your all's team's ability to do that throughout the entirety of the season? And is that what you think is the biggest reason you all could take this thing home?
Absolutely. We talk about that every single day, every practice, every game, no matter what it is. We're just going to be Kentucky volleyball. I'm just going to be Allie Stumler. Madison's going to be Madison. Every player is going to be themselves. And I think, you don't have to overthink your role. And that's what a lot of people do when they get into these big moments. They have thousands of fans cheering for them, the championship's on the line, and they just want to be perfect. And I think, that's obviously not, anyone in the world can't do that. So I think when you just come to the realization that I'm just going to be the best Allie Stumler today that I can be, that feeds to other people. And when everyone is just their best self and giving to the team, that's when great things happen and legacies are left behind and history's made. And that's definitely what this team has done over the past 2 weeks, is just continue to be themselves and know their role, and done it the best they can to help the other 5 people on the court.
Our next question is from Larry Vaught. Go ahead, Larry.
Al, it's been kind of an incredible journey for you here at Kentucky. I mean, at one time you had trouble getting some of those people in your own family to wear Kentucky colors and everything like that. So I guess that won't be an issue anymore now, you think?
Absolutely not. I think I have 20 different family members, maybe 22, who are here. And I just want to say everyone is wearing a Kentucky shirt. And it's not just a Kentucky volleyball, just a Kentucky shirt. So that's a big day in our family. And everyone's supporting, everyone's bought in, which is so stinking awesome.
And just how excited are you right now? I mean, you seem fairly controlled, but are you a lot more excited than what you're showing us?
Absolutely. I don't know. I keep just covering my mouth. I'm just in awe of what's happening, and I really have no words. I don't know. That's obviously a very cliche thing to say, but it just doesn't feel real yet that we just, we're the number 1 team in the country right now. We're the national champions, and that I get to play with such an amazing group like this. The seniors get to go out on a note like this. You just can't beat it.
Thank you.
Our next question is from John Clay. Go ahead, John.
What were you guys thinking after that first set? I mean, Texas looked so good. They played so well. And how do you think you guys got it turned around back in your favor?
Yeah, not to be repetitive, but I think all 15, including the coaching staff, knew that we were going to win this game, not to be cocky or arrogant, but more so just we have pure confidence in the skill and the athleticism, and IQ of the game, that this team can do it. And, if there's a team in program history that's going to do it, it's this year and this squad. So we knew that, we're not going to be perfect. We're not going to sweep every team. That's not our expectation or what we think is going to happen coming into the tournament. We knew it's going to be a battle and grind. And we knew that, if we're going to go down, we're going to go down swinging. So no matter if they won 2 and, we have to battle back, no matter what the score is, that we're just going to lock in. And like I always say, we're going to focus on point 1. Then we're going to focus on 2, just doing what we can control. And there was just never a doubt in anyone's mind that we just weren't going to win this game. And I think when you have that kind of confidence paired with such just a determined and athletic group, you just can't beat it.
Our next question is from Dick Gabriel. Go ahead, Dick.
Dick Gabriel, SEC Network. Allie, obviously you all won Kentucky's first volleyball title. You won the first one for the SEC, which is kind of hard to believe how great Florida's been. But you're also the first team to win one playing in the fall and the spring. Could you talk about just completing that grind and how tough that was and what held you guys together?
I think each other is what held us together, honestly. For the seniors, it was really hard for them, I'm sure. They never really expressed it or showed it, but I'm sure, spring's kind of, after you finish your senior year, that's kind of your time to enjoy college and hang out with your teammates and roommates before you head off and start the real world. And, they didn't have that. This is how they spent it. And I don't think they'd have it any other way, but obviously that's a big transition and kind of they had to come to a realization that, okay, I'm going to spend my last semester grinding with this group and, getting us to a national championship and winning it all. So it definitely wasn't easy, I'm sure, for them, but overall the mindset of this group was just unbelievable. And like you said, the grit and just the hard work that it took to stay focused every day. It was almost a year that we were in the gym every day saying, okay, are we even going to have our game next weekend? Are we going to have 2 games or 1? Are we going to have all 15 of us or maybe not? Are we going to have a national championship? So just a ton of unknowns, but this team is just unbelievable and their mindset so strong, so tough and mature. And they came in and just said, all right, this is the task at hand, and we're going to focus on how we can win the national championship at the end. And that was taking care of business that day, and that's what got us here.
Our final question will be from Timothy Letcher. Go ahead, Timothy.
Hey, Allie, Tim Letcher with UKathletics.com. Congratulations. Your senior class were the ones that came in, and they were talking about winning a national championship, and that was kind of unheard of at Kentucky. And now they've sort of brought you to that level. And tonight especially, the 3 that played were all just phenomenal. Just talk about the 3 of them and what they did tonight and all season long to carry you guys to this point.
They're unbelievable. On the court, they obviously are the ones who got us here. They come in every single day and, like I said, know the task at hand, know that our end goal is a national championship, the first one in school history, SEC history, and they knew that this group could do it. They had hope, belief, confidence, everything coming into the season, so they didn't, they didn't shy away from that. And I think that just the sacrifice that they made, like I talked about earlier, they don't get a normal year, which is kind of hard when you're a senior and you're just kind of looking forward to that. So for them just to be so selfless and focus on the 15 of us rather than just their one self and their future goals, future plans, it's just unbelievable. They lead so well, as you saw. Even Kendall, all of them, all 4 of them are just unbelievable to play with and even better off the court. They lead off the court just as much and make you a better player. I can, without a doubt, say that I'm a better human and volleyball player because of those 4 seniors.
Thank you, Allie, for your time.
Thank you all.
You'll be joined shortly by Madison Lilley.
Thank you.
Please use this time to raise or lower your hand as necessary. We are now joined by Madison Lilley. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question is from John Huang. Go ahead, John.
Hey, Madison, John Huang, NOLA Media, Just the Cats. Congratulations. That trophy looks really good on you.
Thank you.
Yeah, with all the adversity that this team has gone through with the grind of a COVID year, do you think that adds even additional significance? I mean, a national championship is great under any circumstances, but does this year actually add a little bit more in your mind?
Without a doubt. I mean, the sacrifices and the hours put in, the extended season, and I mean, I think it means 10 times as much. I can't even put enough stress on that. This has been a grind, to say the least. And I know now sitting here, it has all been worth it and even more. But it was a lot this year, and it took a lot of self-discipline. And to have this end goal in mind was, I mean, crucial to get through the hard moments. And there were hard days, no doubt. And to push through those and to ultimately see the end goal in mind was everything for us.
I know you've talked about your plans of moving on, but now that you've won this thing, how about a repeat next year?
I mean, I know that we have an amazing freshman class coming in, and to leave Stumler and Cam and Tharp behind as seniors, I mean, I know they're going to do awesome, but I'm moving on. There's this chapter is closed and other ones are going to open, and where the highway meets and there's an exit, there's always an entrance too. So big things ahead. I'm not sure what they are yet, but I'm excited to see.
Our next question is from Lee Feinswag. Go ahead, Lee.
Hi, Madison Lee from volleyballmag.com. So, you have all those assists, but on the last play, it was Gabby who had some pretty spectacular assists today. Can you tell me what you were looking at and what you thought as that play unfolded?
Well, I don't remember the last play exactly, but I will say I think Gabby had 13. She had double-digit assists tonight, and Gabby stayed after practice and served past today and was working on her second ball setting, and that describes Gabby perfectly. Her work ethic is unlike anything I've ever seen, and for her to put up good second balls and for us to be able to be efficient when I dig is everything, and I dug a decent amount of balls tonight, so having Gabby putting up good second balls is crucial.
Our next question is from Natalie Parks. Go ahead, Natalie.
Hi, Madison. I'm with the Kentucky Colonel. One of the things that's been talked about in this tournament is that this is putting Kentucky volleyball really in the spotlight and hopefully growing the sport, and you're getting a lot of love from the UK and student community. So if I told you that right now you've got UK students on State Street burning cones and stop signs and couches, how would you feel?
Oh, we know that. We've been on FaceTime, and that makes us excited. And welcome to the bandwagon, everyone. We've been on it, but it's exciting to see other people on it. And yeah, volleyball school, and we love to see that. We're excited to get back to Lexington.
Our next question is from Timothy Letcher. Go ahead, Timothy.
Hey, Madison. Tim Letcher with UKathletics.com. Congratulations. Just talk about, you guys came in and you talked about winning a national championship from the very beginning. From the first media day, you and Gabby walked in and you said that. And now you've arrived at that moment. Just talk about how satisfying it is to be here and to have done that after 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to call it manifestation, you can call it that. If you want to call it drive and not taking no for an answer, that's what I like to call it. But just the grind, the hours, the work ethic, I mean, the vision and the motivation to just get where we are right now is something that should not be overlooked. This isn't by chance. This is not easy matchups. This is not anything other than hard work, dedication, blood, sweat, tears, hours in the gym. And for anyone that wants to say it's anything else can try to do it themselves. I mean, this is hard work to a T. And I mean, to be the 11th school to do this and to put Kentucky on the map, like I said, to get people to jump on the Kentucky volleyball bandwagon, I mean, that's hard work. And no one will ever be able to tell this group any differently. And this is exactly what Kentucky volleyball stands for. I mean, we grind, we get better, and we put the hours in, and we're here because of that.
And how good was Allie Stumler tonight?
I mean, as good as she's ever. I don't know if Allie got one in-system ball from me, actually. She hit high hands better than any other game, I think. And we have been working on that in practice, so it definitely showed tonight. And Texas is a big block, so to be able to be a little bit undersized, which I don't believe Allie is, but sometimes it might seem like that, to be able to hit high hands is everything. And Allie's a baller, and she's going to lead this team amazingly next year.
Thank you.
Our next question is from John Clay. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, John Clay, Lexington Herald Leader. Madison, Coach Elliott said after the match that you're one of the most phenomenal setters he's ever seen in college volleyball. But yet one of the biggest plays of the match, it seemed like, was your solo block there in the third set. Can you just talk about that play and how much you've worked on that particular skill?
Yeah, I mean, Anders and I talk about being one of the most physical setters as far as blocking goes. I've been trying to do that all year. And so for things to kind of come full circle in the national championship, I mean, is awesome. And the big dive in and the celebrations after, I mean, time kind of slows down in moments like that. And to feel the momentum shift and to really soak that up and enjoy the celebrations is everything. I mean, that makes the tools and maybe the bad block moves and all of that makes the stuff blocks even more worth it and even more exciting.
All right, our final question will be from Larry Vaught. Go ahead, Larry.
Madison, it seems like a long time ago when you and Gabby did get here and talk so openly about winning a national title. I'm sure people like me, we kind of looked at you and thought, well, that's a pretty good freshman quote, but wonder what the heck. But did you two just kind of drive each other with your own mental toughness, you think, and that finally carried over to the whole team where, like tonight, in tough situations, you don't even blink, you just take over?
I think it's just the competitive maturity, the competitive drive. Gabby and I combined, we don't take no for an answer. We take things very serious. If we're talking about winning a national championship, we're going to do that. And I realized that people might have thought it was cute when we came in as freshmen saying that. And, haha, these freshmen, they don't get it. But we get it now. We get it. We understand it. And we wouldn't be able to do it without the push that we push each other every single day in practice. And our position groups push. We make each other better. And it's not a Gabby and I thing. It's the power of 15. And the competitive nature that we have in practice every single day has prepared us for moments like this. And like I said, it might have been cute when we came in as freshmen, but we're here and we knew it was going to happen. And that's what makes it all the more better.
Thank you, Madison, for your time.
Thank you, guys. Go Cats.
Thank you all for participating tonight. You can find a recording of this press conference in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.veritone.com. Thank you all for joining us.